All right, you got it. This question comes from Reddit user Prince Jung Hong, and the question is, why do our mouths open a little when we look high up? And there's context. There's context. It just as the title says it all. I've noticed myself and other people's mouths fall open a little when we look up on high shelves, and I was just wondering what caused this.
We do look so dumb when we look up. I think of that all the time. I'm a compulsive mouth opener. Like
Yeah.
my mouth is just like you're saying because you know because I am just like a person who constantly has their mouth open, just gaping at everybody. I'm what you call a mouth breather. I'm pretty sure. What were you? Go ahead.
Fun fact, I didn't know it was this exact until I asked my mom about it, but I knew my top front teeth, not anymore, not right now, kind of really, but always jot forward a little bit so that it keeps my mouth open a little bit. And I knew that I had like a bunch of teeth stuff and surgery. A lot of my life has been working on my teeth more than not working on my teeth. That's another fun fact.
Really? Is that true?
And I was like, oh, so my teeth come forward a little bit, kind of like Freddie Mercury's. That's kind of cool. And my mom was like, you also had your 4 extra incisors taken out like Freddie Mercury too. I was like,
Whoa.
that's a weird thing. So I have as big a mouth as Freddie Mercury.
Reincarnation. Weird. Okay.
You saying that's? Oh wow. Well, I don't think that's exactly right.
I think if Freddie Mercury was alive today, he'd probably be a podcaster. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. All right. It's
No, but I think it's interesting. I think I might have to do it just like the gravity. I think it's been proven throughout time that gravity works harder on jaws, on the bottom half of your jaw, than it does on the rest of a human body.
Does it
And
really?
so when you, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So if you hold your hand
Prove
out,
me wrong.
if you
Prove me
hold your
wrong.
hand out and you, all right, do it with me. If you hold your hand out and you tilt up your hand and your mouth at the same time, which one gets heavier?
It feels like my jaw is pretty heavy. I'm just saying, if you were to hold a jawbone in one hand, this is kind of gruesome. If you hold a jawbone in one hand and a not jawbone that is around the same size,
You know, a bone.
a not jawbone, I think the jawbone will weigh you down a lot quicker. Is all I'm saying. I think it might be the tongue. The tongue might be weighing you down. When you look up, the tongue is just mine is a fat and knobbly tongue, and it just weighs me down all the time. And I can't speak for anyone else, but that might be other people's experiences as well.
Wait, so there's a quick fix. If you really don't like looking the way you look when your mouth is open a little bit when you're looking high up, it's very easy. Before you're ever going to look up, take some tape and tape your tongue to the roof of your mouth so your tongue's always up. So that when
will
your
solve
tongue
the
is trying to
problem,
when your tongue is trying to force your mouth open, you can't move. And then your mouth will be like, haha, we got you, little son of a bitch. And now you're
Yeah.
stuck on the roof of my mouth. And now, when I look up at these pasta pots, I don't even have to worry about looking like, oh wow, look at these pasta pots. I'm just gonna be looking like I'm just getting a pasta pot, not like I'm amazed that I'm getting a pasta pot.
Crazy thing enough, I think that we can actually say that moon shoes also fixes this problem as well. If you're walking around with moon shoes, instead of having to look up on the top shelf, you can strap on those moon shoes, look straight ahead, and start bouncing. And you'll start bouncing, I don't know, maybe the 6 or 8 inches that moon shoes will get you, but it'll be enough to see on the top shelf so you can just stare straight forward and see the pots and pans you need.
All right, if we're gonna do some throwbacks to questions we've done before with the moon shoes,
This is literally the 3rd episode in a row we've mentioned moon shoes.
Let's go. Let's go back to the episode where we said that you get the 2 kids in the trench coat thing to like you get to sit on their
Ooh.
shoulders. So now you never have to look up. You're always looking down at everything. So you don't even have to worry about your mouth being open.
Yeah, another way just to yeah, you want to be looking down at everything so you never have to look just slightly dumb looking up.
And if anybody, the only time anybody would now ever say to look up is if someone was like, "Hey, look at that sun up in the sky," and you're like, "I'm not falling for that one." And then now,
Good trick, idiot.
now the kid that's on the bottom of the whole trench coat situation's got moon shoes on himself, and so you're just like, "I don't need the sun when I've got the moon at my feet."
Ooh, wow, that's a good one-liner. I like that. I wish I had laughed at it. It would have probably made a lot better delivery. Yeah, I think that also it could be a cool, fun thing if whenever you need to look at something high up, you just started lying down on the ground.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I think that this could be something to kind of like wow the parents of your new boyfriend or girlfriend, meet them, say, oh wow, look at this. If you look in our vaulted ceiling, you can actually see this grandfather clock that goes up 14 feet. At the very top was crafted in 1892. Go ahead and look up, and then you just lie down on the floor on their brand new carpet and kick the dog a little as you're making room for yourself, and you say, yes, very nice, on the ground.
And they say, what are you doing? And you just say, I'm just really soaking it all in. But the thing that I'm now wondering is, all right, if you tilt your head up, your mouth opens a little bit. If you go all in and you lay your head back, does your mouth also go all in, and now your mouth is just gaping wide open?
If you lie down on the ground,
so now, yeah.
Open?
All right, this is a question I have that I very obviously know the answer to because I fall asleep myself. When we lay all the way backwards, does our mouth now look like we're screaming?
Like we're what? I could not understand what you said.
Like we're screaming. Does it like we're just on the ground? It just looks like
a silent scream with your mouth wide open. In case you're wondering for the visual, Zane is we've about 14 times now each just looked straight up at our ceilings in our respective rooms just to try out how dumb we look.
We gotta test this.
I know we have to
Can't
test
give
it.
proper advice unless we know.
We're gonna give you a full 4 seconds right now of just silence so that you can try out in case you already haven't. To just look up and find yourself a little mirror and look at how dumb you look when you look up to the sky. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You look terrible. Wow. Look at that. You look ridiculous.
I like that I was going to make a joke during the silence, but you just ended up talking through the whole thing, so it was perfect.
Yeah, sorry. I hope that helped. I'm sure it did. Get some moon shoes. All right, I have another question here. This one comes from username Jane Austen and I would be friends. Thank you for sending us in your question. Jane Austen and I would be friends asks, my sister and I are a couple years apart in age, but are the exact same height and have the same hair color. Because of those factors alone, whenever we meet people, they always ask if we're twins. What's a more creative response than simply no? All aggressive, passive, and passive-aggressive suggestions are welcomed. What's a good way to shut down somebody who asks if you're twins?
You just
I know you and I always get asked if we're twins. What do you always say to them?
Oh, I was gonna suggest, first of all, what I tell people is we were born in the same laboratory, except I was born first, and then I created you in my mold.
Yeah, when I was born, they thought that I would be lonely, and they stole the rib bone from within me and took the DNA in order to make another clone, which you see as Zane.
If people didn't know this already, Will and I are the original Adam and Eve.
Yes. Will and Zane, Adam and Eve, it is all one. We have updated our names as with the times. We may look different from your westernized paintings than you have originally created, but it is true. Here we are. We made it. Yeah, I think also if you want to say something fun to a person who asks if you guys are twins, I think no matter what your ethnicity, race, whatever is, you could always just look at them and say, oh, you think we're all the same, huh? You think we all just look the same. And that'll get them to stop saying that to pretty much anyone, no matter who they are. You look them dead in the eye and say, you think you're all the same, don't you? And that'll make them think twice about ever asking anything to another human ever again, probably.
There is no way you come out of that situation comfortable. There's no way someone just like, yeah, I do. And then they just soak it in. I think
of it, you're kind of right. I do think that of all you.
If you really want another interesting answer, you could say, actually, I'm a musician, and after years of full-on stalking, this one actually took on all of the facial reconstruction surgery it took to look a lot like me.
Turns out we had a lot in common. We hang out.
So I'm a musician. She's my lifelong stalker, and it just turns out that we both like skydiving, so we do that sometimes.
I brought her along to this coffee house because we really needed to catch up, see how alike we really are. Yeah, I like that as well.
Oh, I got another one. When they say you two look a lot alike, just say, who's the other person you're talking about? It's just me. Just see how they react to just one person just being like, who's this other person that you see? And the second person plays it off as just a figment of that person's imagination, and just see how long you can ride that wave.
It's like the kids being taught that they're invisible and watching them cry and melt down within it. Yeah. You could also tell them that this is your stunt double, and then you could do like a sick flip right in front of them. and watch, and you get hurt and watch the stunt double does it amazingly. And see, oh, that's why I need them. And you just start like, you idiot, why'd you make me do that? This is why I need them, because you're really badly hurt after trying to do a flip right in front of them, and you landed on your dumb butt on your yeah. But the stunt double did it amazingly, and then they feel bad for even asking because they had to prove it to them.
You could always say that you went to a wizardry house, and that when you walked in, they cursed you to switch bodies, but the process is taking like a century, and so it's just slowly swapping your appearances. And so you can just say, oh, it's because right now we're like halfway through the shift. So now we kind of just look like we both have the same halves, but we'll slowly come out of it and start to look like our normal selves again. Don't worry, it'll pass.
I like that. That puts a nice cap on things. Thank you, Zane.
Oh, just like the first question.
Just like the first question, we've double capped.